watching this guy's video game, mental Healness. He talks about narcissists a lot of times, and the point of view he gave out, or the point he touched on, was is a form of projection, but also lack of accountability. My ex girlfriend, Cynthia, we live 250 miles away, and yeah, motorcycle. It was, I used to go out chat, but I still do once in a while. I was in a relationship with her, and actually, there was a lack of communication. We would talk on Skype, cell phone too, but Skype. Once a couple weeks, I would drive over there, and it was just like it wasn't really just say a fun relationship. Anything, anything that will keep you on your toes. For me, from my perspective. But I don't know when she actually, multiple times she threw out that chat debate and she said, "Oh, you talk to your whores, this and the other thing, And one thing that stands out, at a certain time, she said, "I can't talk to this guy named Phil. Phil was a guy from Great Britain, and because you pushed him right away, which was a lie. She actually talked to me because he didn't want to talk to her for like weeks actually. And after it was a rebound, she was really in tears, shook up. I don't know if she was thinking about suicide back then. This is one of the reasons why actually we traded numbers. She really needed to hear a human voice. By the way, she has children, an apartment, and a father, and a bunch of other people actually. So she needed a new form of attachment, I believe. And then she threw it in my face because most of the time she told me he sexually harassed her about sexual thoughts and what they were going to supposedly do. And she told me to actually contact him, but I never did. And then, the thing that stands out, she actually said, because of you, I can't even have an intellectual conversation with anybody, especially Phil, because Phil and I would have all these intellectual conversations. And I was like, that's actually the same thing that I experienced with you. Whenever I try to say something, I mean, not intellectual, I was word use, but anything, doing with wisdom, anything like even like this, as far as narcissist psychology versus, any philosophical points. I mean, society based, anything work related, any kind of industry. I mean, we could talk about anything. She just didn't want to partake in that. A lot of times, she just went in a way to either insult me or try to ridicule something, and then it was like a self-absorbed narcissist way, but she was just very simple-minded at it. She would just try to say, "I'm better than you at that," and she would just try to make sure I just wouldn't even communicate with her, you know. So a lot of times she would do that actually, and it was just it was one of those moments I remember Cynthia Mays, or Sears, Pink Panda 80, as she's known on iVlog, who knows how many other websites.